everybody, in this video we're going to talk about scoop maintenance. Scoop maintenance, what are you talking about? Well, we're going to explain it to you in a minute, and some handle maintenance. Let's get started. Here we go. Alright, first thing we're going to talk about is titanium. Titanium is one of the lightest, strongest metals you can get for a scoop. You got to carry this thing on your shoulder all day long. I tell you what, titanium is the way to go. But that titanium does have one flaw, and that's wear resistance. Titanium will wear down, where stainless steel won't wear down like titanium will. So what happens here? You can see this edge right here. It's pretty thin. This thing's been used thousands of times. As it goes into the sand, it starts to wear down to almost like a knife edge here. Once it gets down to a knife edge, it is more ductile and it actually will bend. So what you have to do is you have to take either a file, belt sander. I got a belt sander right here. We're going to go do this. You can go on here and take it and get it smooth and get it down to a flat edge here. You don't want that knife edge. Once it gets down there, it will start to tear and bend. And I'm going to show you. I did not do it good on this scoop right here. This is the one I take on all my cruises. And as you can see, it wore down so thin, it actually has a little lip and a tear right there. This particular one, it's still fixable, but we're going to have to take that belt sander and take this down so it's flat again. You see the edges here don't wear down because you're not shoving this in as much as right here. But it will wear down, it will tear. You don't want to get that point, it'll tear, rip, and it's done. You want to keep that front edge nice and flat to keep it strong. But, like I said, this is definitely, look at this. This lies a feather, this big old heavy duty, and it's strong. It's very strong, the metal itself, but it does have a wear resistance issue. We're going to go out there and we're going to take the belt sander and smooth this up. If you got a grinder, anything that will cut metal, so sometimes it takes a lot. It's a pretty tough metal. So you got to get something that's going to really cut in that metal a bit. So we're going to fix both of those. But let's talk about stainless steel. Stainless steel does not have the wear issue that titanium does, but it's heavy. You got to carry this thing on your shoulder. It's tough. A lot of times when I'm dealing with rocks and stuff, sometimes I'll use my stainless steel, and just because it's heavy to get into them rocks and dip them out, because you want some weight into it. You got to push your foot down on it and all, so you want the weight. So sometimes you want the weight, but sometimes you want that light to carry on your shoulder all day long. But anyway, even the stainless steel, though, can wear a little bit. Not like the titanium, but it can wear. So you do need to take the belt sander and kind of keep this smooth, too, to keep it from getting to a knife edge. And we'll work on that, too. And we're going to do that and then come back and show them at the end. I want to show you one other thing here. 3-piece scoop handles. When you put these together, these will, they're two metals, but if you leave them together long enough, they will bind up and it's hard to get them back apart. So what you want to do, and actually John Bollock over at Xtreme Scoops told me this, and I have not done this before, and I did have them lock up where I had to really hard to get it off, but he said just take some, this right here, this is Teflon tape. Alright, Teflon tape, I want to show you this. This is actually a left-hand thread, and when you turn it tight, it goes this way. So you want to wrap the Teflon tape so that as it goes in, it gets tighter. That way, when it turns in this way, it tightens on it. If you had it the wrong way coming in this way, it'll actually pull it off. So let's show you right here. So I'm going to turn it this way to tighten. And as you see, it's going the way that the Teflon tape went. So now it's actually tightening it versus getting looser. I had done it wrong on my first test there. But now she's in there good and tight. Now let's go ahead and take it out here. I take on my handle when I get it. I normally take it apart each time I go out on a cruise. You know, I go to a beach. I'll take it back apart, put it in my backpack, go back now and put it back together. So most of the time I don't leave it together. Like I said, one time I did, and it actually started to seize up in there, and it took me a little bit of time to get it out. All right, well, let's do this right here. Let's go ahead and take the belt sander, grind these down so we got a nice smooth edge on them, and then we'll come back and check them out. Let's do it. I want to show you one more thing before you actually come in here and grind this down. If it's got like a little bend in it right here, you can actually set this on a flat surface and take a hammer and straighten it out before you even get started. If you got a vise, you can sit on top of the vise and hit it from behind. But you might want to smooth this edge out before you get started on the grinding. All right, we got this locked in a vise sitting on the floor here. So we're going to take this belt sander and we're going to... This is the worst one. We got to go down past that bend. All right, as you see, we're down past the bend right there. Now, this has got a little lip on it right here. I want to take a little small piece of, I got another little grinding wheel I'm going to take and smooth this up right here. All right, one done. We had a little bend over here, crease, that's gone. It got a nice smooth surface all the way across here now. Let's move on to number 2 here to get it done. Here we go. All right, as you can see, this one's not as bad a shape. We just got to kind of go over top this whole thing and get a nice square edge on it. All right, as you see, we now got a flat area all the way across. I'm going to take my other little grinding tool and just kind of smooth it up because it gives a little lip on here. You see it coming up. But it's nice and smooth now. Flat area. You don't have that knife blade anymore. So let's go ahead and clean it up. Here we go. All right, number 2 done. Nice flat across the front. No knife edge anymore. Nice and strong. We're going to go ahead and hit the stainless steel real quick, but it's probably okay. But we're going to hit the stainless steel real quick. Here we go. All right, stainless steel went quick. As you can see, it's just a nice flat edge across. It wasn't bad at all. Probably could have got by without having this one. It's nice and perfect right now. All right, let's go check everything out. All right, and we are done. All our scoops now have a nice flat edge on them, as you can see right there. They're all looking good. There and there. That was the worst one. We had to take a little bit off that one to get down to where it wasn't thin anymore. You got to keep grinding down to that. You get to a nice solid piece of this scoop so that it doesn't have that knife edge anymore. Anyway, one other thing we want to talk about real quick is removing the handle from the scoop. Once in a while, you may need to replace the handle or just do it just to make sure there's no corrosion in it. So let me show you how to do that right here. All right, next thing we'll talk about is removing the handle from the scoop. Now, if you got a vise, it'd be nice to put it in a vise. You do some protection, cardboard. This is duct tape, got on there. Then you want to loosen this screw right here and take this screw out right here, inside here. Got the washer in it right there. All right, once you get all the bolts broke loose, you want to take some WD-40, some lubricating oil, whatever you got, clean it up, and let this sit for a few hours if you can before you try to pull it off. Because this will help get in there and loosen up some of that corrosion that's built up in that. Next, you want to get on this end and start trying to twist it back and forth. If you got somebody to help you, you have a full handle and he can do it. But what you want to do is get in here and just start twisting back and forth until you get this thing broke loose. And normally it'll break loose after a while and come off. And that's what you want to do right there. That keeps things from getting corroded up and keep it getting locked on there. You can go ahead and get it back on there and tighten everything back up. Every now and then it's good to go ahead and break that loose and make sure everything's okay. All right, and that's a wrap. I love my Xtreme Scoops. They are the best on the market. Anyway, I appreciate everybody coming along. I hope that helps y'all if y'all want to actually have to take one apart or you have to do some maintenance on it. Appreciate everybody coming along. Don't forget to click like, comment below, share, and subscribe to the Gigmaster. We'll see you tomorrow on the beach with Xtreme Scoop digging gold. Stay tuned.